So we're glad to have Don's Home Furniture with us today. And I just want to mention that they're a family-owned business and a third-generation family that has joined the Don Home Furniture team, owned by Blaine and Tina Newpert. Don's Home Furniture is the largest Amish furniture showroom in the country, which is amazing. We have that right here in Madison, Wisconsin. Everything they sell is American made, and Don Home Furniture can be found on the web at donshomefurniture.com. So please check them out. Beautiful showroom on the Beltline, right near a number of the dealerships, car dealerships. So you can find them. So thank you, Don's Home Furniture, for sponsoring that today. So our main presentation is Christy Andrega. Christy is a motivational speaker. She's a writer and a fitness professional. She has a message that inspires audiences to honor their potential, to elevate professional and personal performance. So welcome, Christy. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me. Can everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up. Okay. And thank you for Don's Home Furniture for sponsoring me. I sure appreciate that. So I was given a brief introduction here, and I don't want to be talk too much about myself because frankly, I'm not that important. But to give you a little background, I started my own company in 2008. I am an inspirational speaker and a yoga professional and a bunch of other things. But what has really come to light, I don't know who knows this and who doesn't, so I'm just going to share. My husband, at 51 years old, died of colon cancer in May, diagnosed at 49, and had a 2.5-year battle with that. And we all had a battle with that. And through my Caring Bridge, which some of you may have read, we were really committed to happiness and love throughout that extremely painful journey, and found ways to live that out in the midst of all that. That's something so horrible you wouldn't wish on anyone. But at the same time, you guys, we get one shot at whatever circumstance we're in. And so through that journey, what I learned is that you can still access love. You can still access happiness. You can still be the best version of yourself, even when things suck. And 2020, for a lot of us, you didn't need a husband dying of cancer or to have an outside event like that to know that 2020 was really difficult for all of us, and particularly business owners, and our relationships, and our own, getting up in the morning, sometimes putting your feet on the floor to go after your day and get after what you're supposed to get after and be accomplished and have a positive attitude. So for today, I generally speak on happiness and igniting potential, but I think in the isolation that we're all in, one of the things that has really helped me during Rob's journey and then after his passing on May 29th was to write down some simple rules for myself that are just for me. So you're authentically you. You've been given this gift of life, and there's nobody else like you, which is so cool. So I want you to think about, what are your simple rules to live by? Because right now we're being peppered with a lot of things that could take us off track and do take us off track. So I have 35 rules. I have 7, I'm kidding. See you guys around noon. I have 7 rules that I'm living by right now. And you know what, this is a fluid list, but for me, in order to rise up and to create my life and not respond. And right now, when we're in the midst of all this, it's so much easier to respond to the outside world because it's hard to create right now, but you can still create. And it's going to start with you. So my first rule is I'm doing my best. I was sitting at the table recently with my friend who's a physician and another friend who's a financial planner and another friend who's a veterinarian. And we were all talking about our careers and how 2020 has impacted us on various fronts. And I'm a speaker about happiness and health. And I'm going to come clean with you guys about doing my best. I'll start with the first one. Maybe 8 weeks ago, I was in my kitchen with my daughter who goes to University of Arizona, and she was home for the weekend. And I was sitting in the kitchen. I thought, I'm feeling kind of funny, feeling off. I'm feeling different. And then I started to think about how I was feeling different. And then I have self-diagnosed health anxiety because I can't die. I'm the only parent left. And I can be a little light about this stuff. I have a great sense of humor. And it's not funny, but it is kind of funny. I cannot die because I'm the only one left. So I'm thinking I'm stroking out right now. So I say to my 21-year-old, I got to get to the hospital. There's something, now I'm laying on the kitchen floor. I'm a Leo, I'm a little dramatic. I'm laying on the kitchen floor. I end up going to the hospital and having a severe anxiety attack. Anxiety is real. I'd never had anxiety before that I knew of. So for 3 hours now, I'm in the emergency room having a severe anxiety attack. Pain in my chest that I feel like I'm having a heart attack, tremors, shaking, tunnel vision, all sorts of strange things going on. And I'm the health and happiness professional. So then 4 weeks ago, I'm walking around Lake Calhoun. I live in Stillwater, Minnesota, and I meet my son who's 23. We're walking and I said to Jack, I think I'm about to have another anxiety attack. I can feel it coming. I end up having a seizure, a provoked seizure. I fall to the earth. I'm frothing at the mouth. I'm tremoring. My son has to call 911. And he has a good sense of humor too. He goes, Mom, he said, I thought number 2 just happened right there in the midst of it. So the health and happiness professional has had an anxiety attack and then a provoked seizure from stress and anxiety. And I'm the one who inspires and gets paid money to tell other people how to live happy and healthy. So I was down on myself as I'm talking to these other professionals. And I said, I feel fraudulent. I don't even feel like I'm capable of telling people everything I've studied or how to live happy and healthy. But you know what? We're doing our best. And that was my best at the time. And that's your best. So right now, when things suck or you're struggling, it's your best. And come clean with your best and say, you know what? I'm pretty badass. I'm doing my best, and my best isn't always that easy, but it's your best. And when we accept that, that's when we can rise up, because it's like, you're enough. Don't beat yourself up and say, my best is what it is right now. My second rule is I will allow myself to be seen. So me just telling you that story, I think that in these times, right now when we can do all these Zoom calls and we're just here like this, you don't even know if I have pants on. I mean, I can show you exactly what I want to show you about my life because we're so isolated right now. I'm encouraging you to be really clear and be vulnerable and be authentic and let people see who you are, because we need to be able to ask for help when we need it. And we also need, if we are being seen, then somebody who's looking at you might say, I'm going to send that text to her, to him. I'm going to make that phone call. I'm going to be part of their lives because I think they need me. But if we don't let people know what the hell's going on, then we are not asking for help, and we are less apt to be able to receive help and rise up. I want you to live with every ounce of yourself. I believe God.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Debo?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I didn't have my volume on. Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'm doing good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
How are you enjoying the beautiful winter weather?
Helen, can we mute him?
It's not so bad.
Yeah,
I was born and raised here, so it's like it's just kind of par for the course for me right now.
Oh, okay. So you're used to it.
Yeah.
there we go. Sorry about that, Christy. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. That's okay. Okay, so I'll continue on. Live with every ounce of your being. So I happen to believe in God with a capital G, but I don't care what religion or not religion that you are. It has no bearing on what you want to access in your body. But I encourage you to, as the happiness speaker and in all my writings, and I studied Aristotle. Happiness is the meaning of life. And I got in this mode when I was also caretaking my husband for 2.5 years that I didn't allow myself to feel everything because I couldn't. And there's a time and a place for that, I think. I put on a front and I taught myself for my 3 children and for my husband that there's only certain things that you're going to feel today. Because I had I had to take care of him and I had to take care of those kids. And that was important to me. But then there becomes a time where that doesn't serve me well anymore. That's why I have an anxiety attack or a provoked seizure, because I decided that I was going to feel happiness and love, but I wasn't going to allow myself to feel the sadness or the pain or the angst because it wasn't serving me well at the time for every ounce of my energy that it took to take care of him. But it's not like that anymore. So after he passed, I packed up a house. I moved to a new house. I immersed myself in my career. I sent my youngest daughter off to college and I became an empty nester. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, I feel everything. I feel everything. And we're supposed to feel everything. You're supposed to not just feel the happiness. You're supposed to, access the pain and the sadness, because that's how we rise. So go deep within yourself, within your mind, because God knows we have some alone time right now to be able to be introspective. Use that time to figure out what you want to feel and how you want to manifest that and use that to rise. Rule number 4 for me is my kids know exactly who I am and that I'm completely in love with them. That's pretty self-explanatory. It really becomes about priorities, whether you have kids or don't have kids. Know that your priorities are your priorities. And if your first priority, so for me, it's family is my first priority, that no matter the choices I make during the day, at the end of the day, when I go to bed just with me, myself, and I wake up with me every morning, go to bed with me every night. Was I true to my priorities? Did I keep my family first? My second priority is inspiration. Do I set an example and inspire, even by being rawly authentic and having a seizure or, effing up? It's okay. You can still be inspiring by being authentic and vulnerable. And then my third priority, is thankfulness, gratefulness. And I have to do thankfulness because I'm kind of a shameless promoter, and family, inspiration, and thankfulness spells fit. And that's my business. So that kind of lends itself to that. But be really clear on what your priorities are and make sure that as you're sifting through these trying times and making your way through this, that you are staying true to what's important to you, to your rules, to your priorities. Rule number 5 for me is I am responsible for my messes, and I can create a lot of messes. Sometimes we feel like somebody glaringly and obviously did us wrong. It's not our fault. It's not my mess. I think we have a hand in everything. And the beauty of saying, even if I've been wronged, if you will, when Rob first passed, there were so many different messaging that was coming my way, and I had no judgment about that. Some people are comfortable talking about death. Some people don't know what to say. All of it's okay. I didn't know what the hell I was doing either. I didn't go into marriage thinking I'm going to be a widow at age 51. No, you don't plan that. So we're all kind of making our way through this. But I think what happened was there were some messes that got created through some exchanges, and it doesn't matter who or what. And I was feeling so kind of out of control upon his passing that I let one of these messes fester with me. And it was not my fault. I said to myself, that's not me. That's their fault. They did that, or they created that, or how could they do that to me? Well, once I took my power back and I decided, well, what part did I play in that? What could I have said or done differently? Can I forgive? Can I ask for forgiveness? Because I think one of my things is I always want to be able to forgive, and I want to be forgiven. And if I take responsibility for my mess, then guess what? I can clean it up. But if I let it be your mess, I can't clean up your mess. You can. You clean up your mess. So if we say, what hand do I have in that? If I have an expectation that somebody else is going to make that better, I've lost control. The greatest path to disappointment is expectation. So if you take responsibility for your life and the stuff that does run amok, then you can clean it up. And that's empowering. And that is how we rise. We can't rise if we're muddled down with a bunch of messes. And I carried that stuff around with me for way too long when I should have been concentrating on my healing or my business or my children. But I let whatever that was rent just enough space in my head to hold me back. What's in your head that's holding you back? Is it a mess that you can clean up? Clean that. I swear a lot more since my husband passed. So I'm going to try not. My mom I do a lot of these calls, and my mom's on a lot of them. And she's like, I just wish you weren't doing the swearing like you're doing, which, okay, Mom, she's not on this one, but this is from my mother. Clean your stuff up. I wanted to say something else, but clean your stuff up. Rule number 6, I belong to myself. Like I said earlier, I go to bed at night with me, and I wake up in the morning, and I have to be able to look myself in the eye, like a deep, long look, and say, you did okay today, or you screwed up today. But I belong to me. And I believe that each one of us is given this beautiful life and this opportunity to leave the world a little bit better than when we came, or to create a space today to make somebody's life a little bit better. And that starts with you. And if you don't understand who you are and belong to you first, like I love community, and I love this group. And what somebody said earlier was, we are better together. And a sense of belonging is one of the most primal human needs. We need to connect. We need to belong. We need to be part of something. It's why in Wisconsin, we all put cheese on our heads. Like, oh, I do that too. That's part of who I am too. I love that. But we also have to be clear on who we are first, because you're going to end up belonging to the wrong groups or the wrong spaces. And if you only have so much energy and so much time in your day, I would be really picky and choosy about where you spend your time, even if it's a Zoom call. Because, we are an extension of who we hang out with, and we hear that all the time. But, the influence that people have on us and the groups that we belong to, they will make or break your success. I mean, if you've heard the story of the scorpion and the frog on the riverbed. So the scorpion and the frog are sitting on the side of the riverbed, and the frog's about to swim across the riverbed. And the scorpion's like, hey, I want to get across too, but I can't swim. Can I jump on your back? And the frog's like, yeah, dude, no way. You sting frogs, you'll kill me. And the scorpion said, no, I won't. Because if I did that, think about it. I'm going to jump on your back and we're going to swim across. And if I sting you and you die, we'll both drown. We'll both die. And the frog's like, yeah, that makes sense. All right, hop on. And they start swimming across the riverbed, and halfway across, by God, that scorpion stung the frog. And the frog looks up at the scorpion. He's like, why would you do that? And he goes, because I'm a scorpion. That's what we do. It's not a bad scorpion. Scorpion, that's what they do. So if you're hanging out with people who sting you, or you're in belonging to places that don't lift you up, they're not bad people or bad organizations. It's just not for you. So if we know that our success is built around the people that we're with, you find your belonging first, belong to yourself first, be very clear about you, and then access those people who make this ride of life easier for you, better for you. And they also challenge you, they inspire you. So that sense of belonging to yourself first is probably the most important rule of all of mine, because everything leads from that. And finally, my rule number 7 is love is always accessible. If you've read any of my Caring Bridges or anything that I've written, I'm huge on love. I love to love, and I think that love is always accessible, and I choose love. I choose love as often as I can, and I express love. I tell people I love them. When in my challenge groups with the people that come and are part of my world, I feel genuine love for them, not the same kind of love I feel for my children or my husband, but there's all sorts of love. And I encourage you as often as possible to look for the love in the situation, choose it, embrace it, bring it in, and put it in every ounce of your body. Because why not? Why wouldn't we? There's so many other things that we put in that are toxic to us. Let's choose love, and let's do that. You rise through creating, not responding. And in this time, it's so easy to respond because we don't have as many opportunities to be out there creating. We are limited, but you can create. You create your day, you create your surroundings, you create your love, you create your kindness, you create your vulnerability, your accountability, all of that. And I have been dealt some tough cards, but I'm nothing special. Just a human, just like you. I tie my shoes the same way. If my fly's down, I zip it. It's that simple. We can't make this too complicated, you guys. We have the power within us to create the most beautiful, truest life that you can. And I know that you can. I know that you can. I believe that. I never would have thought that I made it through what I made it through, or that I'm continuing to do so. And I'm just like you. We're all doing this together. So I want you right now not to wait, to recognize that your life is a gift. Don't wait one more second, one more minute to say, well, tomorrow I'll really listen to some of that stuff she said. I'll write it down. I'll look at it tomorrow. You're too important. You're the most important person that you know, because nobody will take better care of you than you. They won't. You know you better than anyone else, and you know how to best take care of you. So I encourage you to do that. And maybe it is starting by writing down your simple rules, or telling yourself that you're amazing and that you're beautiful and that you're loved. And just going from there. I want you to keep it simple, though. It's really complicated right now, and it doesn't have to be. So I can hang on for questions, or you are welcome to shoot me an email or a text. I think you have my contact information, but that's all I have for today. And again, thank you for your time and for welcoming me in and being part of this.
Oh, Christy, that's terrific. Thank you very much. A great way to start out the year and helping us think that we are okay and that things are going to be better in 2021. So, the whole goal here was to kick off the year and get us motivated in the right direction. You've just done that today. So thank you. Thank you for that presentation. I appreciate it. All right, continuing on, we've got a couple of announcements and then we've got our drawing here to take care of. Ellen's got a list of entries that she'll be drawing from, giving away some gift cards today. But first of all, a couple of announcements. A number of you have heard about the Round 2 grant program that we are administering for Dane County. That is now available, and you can apply for that. You can go on our homepage and apply for that grant through Dane County. So the link is right there on the homepage. Make sure that you apply for Round 2. Do not use link from Round 1. You won't get into the right application file. So make sure that you're on Round 2 for that grant program. We've also are continuing our Soups On program, where you can purchase soup online and pick it up next week through Feed Kitchen. That latest selection of soup will be available tomorrow on our website, tomorrow morning. So take advantage of that. You'll have between Wednesday and Saturday to place an order and pick it up next week, Tuesday at Feed Kitchen. This is totally a way to support our local restaurants. So we have about 15 restaurants or so that are represented each week. We try to move around the types of soups that are available. I'll tell you a number of them, many of them are selling out each week. So don't wait till Saturday to place your order if you don't want to be disappointed. So take advantage of that. We do have our member orientation that'll take place right here at 9:30, so in about 10 minutes. If you want to have a refresher on the benefits of being a member of Dane Buy Local, feel free to join us. I think we have about 17 people that are planning on joining us on that call. So plan on doing that if you would like to join us, that is fine. Our next breakfast will be in March. So we'll look forward to that. Keep that in mind, looking forward. Also in March, we have our virtual coffee fest coming up. So you may remember last year we had a coffee fest over at Lexus of Madison in person. We're not able to do that this year because of the pandemic, so we're going to do it virtually. So that will be March 25th. Watch for further details coming out on that soon. And finally, as Luke mentioned, with the radio show, we have Dane Buy Local now has a radio show on 92.7. So that is hosted by Jason Hafman, who's on this call. So check that out at 11 o'clock each week, interviewing Dane Buy Local members. And if you would like to be one of those businesses that Jason interviews, you can reach out to myself or to Jason, and we'll connect you with that and get you set up in a future show that's will be taking place. All right, Ellen, I think it's time for our drawing. We're going to do 2 drawings this morning, both for $25 gift cards. You do have to be present to win. So Ellen, I'm assuming you've got our ballots in a container. We can get Ellen on video here with us. Ellen, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
There, I just unmuted. I'm all okay now. Okay, I'll give it another shake.
All right, so I think we have close to 80 entries in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
And our first winner is?
Dawn Lally, Web Designs. I didn't
Yep.
see. Is she?
Dawn, with us?
I don't think she is. I didn't see her.
Dawn. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to go to the next winner.
Okay. Cody Esser, are you still on? There he is.
There's Cody. Okay, great. Congratulations, Cody.
And the second one will be, let's see here. Drew Gelfie from Pancake Cafe. Are you still on, Drew? I don't know if Drew is on.
Those pancakes must have been burning you to go take care of stuff in the kitchen, right? All right, we'll try one more.
Okay. All right. Marcia Flannery, Legacy House Imports. I don't know if Marcia's still with us here.
Okay.
Well, let's try another one.
Pays to stay to the end.
That's right. Wendy Bell. Are you still on, Wendy? I don't know. I got lots of names. I'll just keep drawing.
Okay, well, eventually you'll get to Ken's.
That's right. Allie Lynch, Steeping Wellness, excuse me. Allie, are you here? Let's see if she's still with us. There she is. I hear her. Excellent. You're number 2 winner, Allie.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it then, Colin?
There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So for each of the winners today, I'll be emailing you a gift card that you can take advantage of, Dane Buy Local gift card. So keep an eye out for that in your inbox. So thank you everyone for joining us today. We will have our member orientation right here in just a few minutes at 9:30. Have a great day, everyone, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Colin, you're on mute.
Thank you. Caught myself there. Sandy, if you are still on, you placed a question here about how to order for Soups On. You go to the Dane Buy Local website, and it will be right there on the home page for you to place an order. So hopefully you can hear that. So Becky, we're staying on the same link here for the member orientation. We'll start in just a couple minutes here. So Mary from Northside Animal Hospital, same thing. I'll be right on this link. Just hang on just a couple minutes here. All right, as we're just getting started here, we'll start a couple minutes early here. That's okay. We'll just go around, do quick introductions right again, because we've had a number of people join in. They came late, didn't get to introduce themselves. So we'll go around again. This won't take as long, obviously, as it did the first time. So on my screen, Denny, you're a batter up here, you're number 1.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'm Denny Graycheck with Pulse Check Plus.
Great. Jeff? let's see, Jeff, did you
Oh,
want to introduce yourself? There you go.
yeah. Hi, I'm Jeff Afelt with Arcus Communication Design.
Great. Charles? Oh, you have to unmute yourself. Charles, you're still muted. We can't hear you. You want to try again there?
All right, I'm sorry, I'm one of these people that isn't familiar with all these electronic gadgets. You know?
That's a,
I'm from the old school, so I'm making some adjustment here. So, Charles Joseph Costello, AAA Marketing, working on AAA Business Consultants here as I registered, and just sort of a springboard for me going into this. And so this is my first start in getting to know you guys, and you guys get to know me. So good to be here, and check you guys out on as a new participant to see what great benefits I have and everything. So we go from there.
great, terrific. Thanks for joining us. Suzanne.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Peranto. I own Meridian Therapeutic Massage and Bodywork on University Avenue.
Great, thank you. Dave?
Dave Foyer from Rookies Food and Spirits in Mazomanie.
Thanks for joining us. Ellen?
Ellen Kurt from Dane Buy Local.
All right. Ellen will be your connection with Dane Buy Local. If you have questions moving forward, she's probably one of the people that you'll interact with. So memorize that face. All right. So Debo, you are still muted if you're trying to talk to us, and I can't see your screen at this point. I know he was on the call. There we go.
Oh, Debo Mufikoya, Massiland Psychiatry.
Great, thank you. Becky.
Hi, I'm Becky Addie Ford with Delicate Essence.
Thank you. Mary? Mary, it looks like you're unmuted. Oh, that's right. Mary's having trouble with her connection here today, so she doesn't have a working microphone. Mary from Northside Animal Hospital on North Sherman Avenue. Thank you, Mary, for joining us. Allie.
Allie Lynch from Steeping Wellness.
Great. And Terry.
Terry Fees, Designer Showcase.
Terrific. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. So again, I'm Colin Murray. I'm the Executive Director with Dane Buy Local. You met Ellen here a moment ago. Our other three staff people that we have. Miranda is also in the office and helps with some of the technology and administrative things in the office. Britt helps with development issues, so helping to make connections as far as sponsorships and membership is concerned specifically. And then Lori Lee, who wears lots of different hats for us and basically just jumps in wherever we need her. So that rounds up our staff that we have with Dane Buy Local. So just if you don't know already, Dane Buy Local is one of the larger buy local groups in the country. There's about 100 buy local groups nationwide. They're all part of a network of buy local groups under a trade organization called the American Independent Business Alliance, or AMIBA. So you may hear me refer to AMIBA from time to time. It's just the national trade organization of buy local groups. I'm actually on the board of directors for AMIBA, so I'm well connected with other buy local groups, what's going on. We trade ideas all the time. So it's a great organization for us to be connected with. And I will tell you, it's because of AMIBA that we have these grant programs through Dane County. That idea actually came from one of the other buy local groups down in Arizona. We, early in the pandemic, all got together on an emergency call for executive directors. What are we going to do? And the executive director down in Arizona said, you know, that they're trying to put together a grant program to help save local businesses. And like, that's a great idea. I talked to the county about that, and now we're off and running with now our second round of dollars for supporting you as local businesses. I will tell you, by the way, I should have mentioned this before and I forgot, I only, quote unquote, have about $4 million available this time. It's not a lot of money to help save all the local businesses in Dane County, which there are tens of thousands of local businesses. We will do our best in trying to spread the money around, but it's not going to go very far this time. Not as far as it did last time. Last time we had almost $11 million to work with. However, it does appear that there will be a third round, and that dollar amount on the third round will be more robust. So if you don't make it on the second round, don't lose hope. We do anticipate a third round, and we're hoping, I stress the word hope, that those dollars may come in around March or so. It really depends upon how things go in Washington, D.C. But there are very favorable signs at this point that we will be able to get some more money. Our two representatives in Washington have been very helpful in getting those dollars to flow eventually back to Dane Buy Local. So Mark Pocan and Tammy Baldwin in particular have been helping support that. So we appreciate their efforts in doing that with us. So we appreciate their help with that. So hang in there, apply for round two, but don't count your dollars until we send you a check. So just be aware of that. So Dane Buy Local and your membership. One of the things I like to point out to people is Dane Buy Local is really a tool. And you think of a toolbox that you maybe have in the basement or the garage. You've got a hammer and a screwdriver and a wrench and a number of other tools in there. And if you just leave those tools in the toolbox, nothing happens. But if you take that hammer out and you find that nail and you pound it into the wall, now you can hang that picture, and some results has happened with that hammer in your toolbox. So Dane Buy Local is really the same thing. If you just join as a member and set us aside, nothing's going to happen as far as your business is concerned connected to Dane Buy Local. But if you use the tools that we have, the various products and items that we offer, if you take advantage of those, that's when you're going to see results as far as your membership is concerned. So we'll talk about some of these here. Feel free to stop me, interrupt me if you have any questions. If you've got an idea of how your business can connect with whatever I'm talking about, that's fine. I want this to be conversational between us. But it's really about finding a way that your business can plug into what we're doing here and how we can support you. That's what it's all about here. So we want to see your business survive and thrive. So that's very important to us. Just a little background about myself. I've been involved with Dane Buy Local from the beginning. We are coming up on 17 years of being an organization. When we first started, the first meeting I went to, we had about 20, maybe not even 20 people that attended. Now we have 600 members and growing. We have seen an increase in the last year of about 100 members join Dane Buy Local. Unfortunately, we have lost some members that have closed their doors as well. So we've experienced a little bit of that, unfortunately. But vast majority of our members have been able to hang in there and are able to survive all the crap that's going on with this pandemic. So glad to see that. I have been executive director coming up on 8 years in February. But like I mentioned, I've been involved from the beginning. I was on the first board of directors. I was the president, the second round of being a nonprofit. It's been gratifying to see the increase from 20 people, quote unquote members, we're not really members at that point, but 20 people that were involved to 600 that we have now. We are one of the largest buy local groups in the country. So we're very proud of that. So everybody asks, well, who's bigger? Louisville, Kentucky is larger than us. They have about 900 members, but their population in Louisville is double the size of Madison. So per capita, I think we beat them, and I point that out to the executive director there, that I think we actually beat them per capita. So, you know, a little friendly competition between the two of us there. But Louisville's a great organization. They're doing great things. We trade ideas between us all of the time, between the two organizations. So, you know, we're happy that the members, you guys, really believe in the cause of supporting local. And we see that you guys do a great job of walking the walk when it comes to supporting local. So you are going out and supporting the local restaurants and supporting the local retail businesses and finding local banks to work with. And the list goes on and on of all these different things. And I realize that you can't always do that. And you'll notice that our tagline is think local first. It doesn't mean think local only. It's not the only option out there. We recognize that, but it's think local first. So if you need a kitchen gadget, can you go check out Orange Tree Imports on Monroe Street and see if it's something that they have over there. If you go over there and they don't have what you need, or the price isn't where you want it to be, you know, feel free to go to Target or Walmart or wherever else. We're not bashing the big box stores. We are simply saying, please think local first. And you can use our directory to do that. So it's right on the homepage there, the member directory. All of you are listed there as a member of Dane Buy Local. Make sure that you look at your profile on the directory and make sure that it's up to date. So Ellen has put some basic information in there for you. If you need to change it, adjust it, add to it, add photos, you can add a video, make sure your website is correct, address, phone number, all that good stuff. Take a look at that. If there's something that needs to be changed, reach out to Ellen and she'll help you out with that. All right, so that's very important. Now, Ellen also sent out a folder. Let me get it here. You should have gotten this in the mail. Ellen, I think everyone got one of these, correct?
Yep. Yep.
So if you did not get one, oh, go ahead, Ellen.
I was going to say, I'm not sure about Debo. I'm not sure what company that is. And Terry, I'm not sure. I've not seen your name before, Terry.
Okay, so if you want to connect with Ellen, she can get that information to you. If you lose it or need another one, whatever the case might be, Ellen can send out another packet to you. Usually this is something we would do in person at the orientation, but obviously that's not happening right now. So we will mail that to you so that you've got that packet. So make sure that you take a look at that information. So let's just take a quick gander of a couple of items that are in there. Of course, we've got the directory that we have for Dane Buy Local. All of our members are listed in there. We will be updating that here in the next few months. Amy from Towns and Associates will be reaching out to you. She will be updating that information, and then we'll be printing that. I think the goal is to have that printed in May or so, maybe June of this year. So we're updating that here in the next couple of months, and then we'll be printing that. Last time we printed the directory last year, we printed 20,000 copies, and we have run out. They're all out at this point. So, you know, they keep saying that the print is dead, but somebody hasn't told all of our members yet that it's dead, because we're still putting out 20,000 copies of the directory each time. So it's an important piece. We also have, and I know you can't see this very well, the window cling that's in your packet. This is something that you can put in the window of your store if you have a brick and mortar store, identifying yourself as one of Dane Buy Local members. There's other informational type things in the packet as well. So feel free to go through there and make sure that you're aware of what's going on with Dane Buy Local. Another way of being connected with us is to sign up for the newsletter. If you're not receiving the newsletter at this point, just go to our homepage and you'll find the newsletter button there. Just click that for signing up. There's 3 different newsletters. The one in particular that you want to make sure that you sign up for is called The Buzz. That is the newsletter for members. It comes out each week. We try to get it out on Thursday, sometimes it's Friday, but we get that out each week. And that will update you as far as what's taking place with Dane Buy Local. So the latest grant program, the next breakfast that's coming up, the virtual coffee fest, all those sorts of things are in there. And so just take a quick sweep of that each week when it comes. Some of it will be repeats from the week before, but there will be some fresh information in there as well. The next newsletter that we have is called Lifestyles. This comes out once a month, and it's really for the general public. Usually there will be one of our members that'll be highlighted in there, and there might be a couple of general announcements in there as well that pertain to the public. So a little more concise on that, a little more directed towards the general consumer for consumption. And then the third product that we have that is fairly new is called Planet 608, which is our sustainable newsletter. And again, it has article in there on sustainability, which is very important to a number of our members, and that is available as well to the public. So you can sign up for any or all 3 of those, but the most important one for you as a member would be The Buzz. So make sure that you sign up for that. If you did sign up for it and you're not getting it, it's probably because it's going into your trash. So check there. If you're having trouble, let me know, and we'll help you out to get that figured out here moving forward. All right, so today, of course, we had the member breakfast. We've been doing those virtually here for a year now. We do anticipate that we will continue to do the breakfast virtually through July. The breakfast takes place every other month on the 2nd Tuesday of the month. So you can mark that down on your calendar. We, let's see here, are hoping that in September, we can go back to physical networking events, and we'll be doing that over at the Dane County Humane Society. So they've set aside the room for us in September and November. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. We'll see what happens here as things progress with the vaccine and the pandemic and all that good stuff. But that's the goal right now, is that by September we can get back to having actual network events. I forgot to mention in the guide, the product that lists all the members, there are some advertising opportunities in there. Everyone is listed as a member with a basic listing, but if you'd like to put some ads in there to explain your business a little bit further, Amy can help work with that arrangement, getting your ad into the guide coming up here. We also do offer some advertising opportunities on our website and in the newsletter. So as a good example of that is the Bank of Sun Prairie has an ad now that's running at the top of the website. You'll see it in the newsletter coming out as well. You know, they're really focusing on this PPP program for the federal government. So they want to get the word out there on that. So that's one of the ads that they're running right now. So you can also do that. That is not exclusive to any segment of the business here. That's available to everyone. All right. The logo itself, as I mentioned, you can put that sticker in your window, but you can also put the logo on your website. If you need a file, let us know. You can download it off the website. It's a little buried on the website, I do admit. So if you just reach out to Ellen, she can send you the file. You are welcome to put that on your website or any of your printed materials. That is available to any Dane Buy Local member to use that. So please take advantage of that, identifying yourself as one of Dane Buy Local's members here currently. On Facebook, of course, we've got our regular Facebook page. I know many of you are already connected to that. What you might not realize, we also have a members only page for Facebook. Please join that. You do have to be a member to be part of that page. If you have trouble finding the connection, let me know. we'll get you connected to the page. But this is where members can talk to each other. So if you have a question about something, or if you have a promotion, or you want to let everybody know that you've got a special offer that you want to provide just to Dane Buy Local members, that's the place you can do that. So you have that conversation. So not too long ago, one of our members had a question about dumpsters. They were looking for a company that they needed a dumpster, right, for their store. And we're trying to figure out who to use. And so there was quite a robust conversation that went on with that between members as far as who to use, which one was better, pricing, all that sort of thing. So that's what the members only page is all about. So anything that you want to put in there just to connect with other members, that's your opportunity to do so there. So take advantage of that. We also have media partners discounts, and we're putting those together once again for 2021 right now. So in the next month or so, you will see a list of various media that offer discounts to Dane Buy Local members. So this will be TV, radio, newspaper, websites, just about any sort of media that you can think of is represented here. Last year, we had 15 different media partners that were listed. The only thing we don't have is billboard. There are no locally owned billboard companies. They're all national firms, so we don't have billboards, but just about everything else, we've got you covered, and they offer a discount for members. So if you're thinking about advertising in some sort of media, make sure you check to see if it's one of our members and they're offering you a discount because you are a member of Dane Buy Local. We also have a couple of national events that we plug into through Amoeba. One is called Independence Week, which happens right before Independence Day, supporting local businesses. And this is a public campaign to the general public here in Dane County as far as the importance of supporting local businesses. So we'll have some activities that'll plug in with that, that you're welcome to join in that activity. We do a similar thing in November and December with Shop Indie Local. And this plugs in with the national campaign of Saturday. I'm forgetting the name of it now. Small Business Saturday, sorry, which is a national campaign that is handled or sponsored by American Express. So this is something that Amoeba is heavily involved in at the national level, and we plug into it at the local level as well. So we do that through a campaign called Shop Indie Local with various activities taking place there. But you probably heard of Small Business Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So join us again for those types of activities as well. So I'm kind of jumping around here just a little bit. Back to our website, danebuylocal.com. There is a page there on events. So we try to put our events on there, but also your events. So if you've got something coming up that you want to promote, get out to the general public, this is your place that you can do that through the events calendar. And you can simply send that information to Ellen, and she'll make sure that we get that up on the website so that you can promote your various events that you've got coming up through the year. And if some businesses use this on a regular basis, they'll send us a whole list of things, and others send it one by one. Either way is fine. But if you've got things coming up, events coming up, please let us know, because we'll help you spread the word on that and get it out to the general public. So much of the public does use our website on a regular basis. And the events page is one of the places that they look at. The member directory and the events page are probably the busiest two pages of our website. So please take advantage of that in getting the word out there. As I mentioned before, we've got the Dane Buy Local gift card. This is a new program that started in November. We've had very good success with it already. So we saw a lot of activity during the holidays, which makes total sense as far as gift cards are concerned. So this is an electronic program Typically, you would use the app on your phone. You just show it to a participating business, and you can redeem it right on your phone. It's slick and easy, super easy to process, and you receive a check then for being involved in that program. Make sure that you're signed up for that. And again, Ellen's your gal. She's the one that can help you out and get that connected as far as that gift card program is concerned. So make sure that you follow through on that. The other recommendation, kind of one of the last one that I would have, is identify someone in your organization as being your liaison with Dane Buy Local. That is a way that you'll find you'll have a lot of success. So whether it's yourself or one of your staff, that this is the person that connects with Dane Buy Local and spreads the word internally within your organization. So they're the ones that find out, oh, the next breakfast is coming, and you let your staff know this is what's going to be taking place here. And any of the staff is welcome to come to the breakfast. So you notice this morning, for example, SVA had a number of people that were on the call. That's fine. It isn't that you only get one slot in the breakfast. If you've got 10 employees, all 10 can come and attend the breakfast and hear the motivational speech that we had this morning. So we try to have a variety of different topics that we talk about as far as the breakfast is concerned, keeping it of interest to a wide audience. So that is something that you can take advantage of. Well, we also offer lunch and learns from time to time. We've got one coming up in February. And this is where we drill down on a specific subject a little bit more, really taking 45 minutes to an hour during the lunchtime that you can identify a specific subject and get more in-depth information. So we'll have one coming up in February. We'll be announcing that here shortly. We're just getting the materials together at this point. So take advantage of that. Make sure that you attend those. There's no charge for that. It's just part of your membership as a Dane Buy Local member to do that. And that's true of most of our events, our projects that we have, is that they are included in your membership. A few things do have a small charge. So for example, Coffee Fest, that'll be coming up in March 25th, does have a small fee of $12 to attend, but you get a goodie bag that'll be sent to you in advance of the event, and then joining us the morning of the event virtually here on Zoom. So sometimes there's a small charge for a few things, but most things are included in your membership as a Dane Buy Local member. Okay, so I know I went through that a little bit quick. Any questions that you have? Any thoughts that you have, or ideas? Wouldn't it be great if Dane Buy Local did blank? We're always looking for new ideas. Any comments out there from any of you?
I'd like to comment on ask questions on your Monday. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? On your
Yep.
Monday meetings, this is my first contact with you, and tell me about your Monday meetings, what they consist of, and what will happen in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. I didn't even mention that. So the Monday webinar is 10 o'clock each Monday. The link to join on Zoom changes each week. We have to do that because of we had a little problem with being crashed one day with Zoom. So unfortunately, we got to change the link each week. We put it on the homepage of the website so you can find how to join us. Denny, I think, is our most seasoned member with Dane Buy Local. That I think you've been there from the first week, then, Denny, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been around for just a little bit anyway.
Yeah. So
If I can comment, I'll be glad to comment here. That guy in my picture here that's sitting to the left of me as I look at it, worked on our website, and I met him through Dane Buy Local. And Jeff just did a fantastic job. And we've gotten our first customer off of our website because of some of the work that he has done. And for Colin on my right side there, he helped us find a home. Our business, we teach CPR and first aid, and we generally go out to our clients. Well, we found ourselves now having to have a place where we could actually do a class. And thanks to Colin, again, with his help, and he's great with this. Kula Yoga in Cross Plains has given us a home for a number of our classes that we can actually go out there and teach some classes. And we're going to have an announcement here within the next week, Colin, as I talked to you yesterday about, and we'll go out there. But I find the membership with being with Dane Buy Local here, one of the best things I've ever done in this business. And we've been doing this for about 15 years. And to be able to promote ourselves and do what we are doing. And probably one of the reasons why we're still alive right now as a company. So my most thankful to Colin and to Jeff and to Bank of Sun Prairie, who does a great job, by the way, with PPP and everything that Dane Buy Local does. Stay with this group. Don't ever leave it, because it has got to be one of the best I have ever been involved with.
Well, thank you, Denny. Your check is in the mail, so thank you for that endorsement. So
am I to understand that Denny is a monitored key person to start the Monday? I asked a question about the Monday. Who monitors that?
Yeah.
What is the essence of it, or who monitors it, and what are this coming Monday, for example, will be my first time. What is the topic of it? Who's going to introduce it? Is it going to be you, or is it, you mentioned Denny, so I didn't know where he fit into the program.
Denny is I think our longest attendee at the Monday webinar. That's why I mentioned that. So yeah, I run that on a weekly basis. It is actually sponsored by Strategic Brand Marketing of our members. So they're the ones that host the event on a weekly basis. And each week we are talking about things on how to survive the pandemic specifically. So this week, for example, we had Mark Pocan that was on the call along with Joe Parisi. Joe made the announcement about the grant program from the county. Mark talked about what's taking place in Washington and the latest package that was just signed and the implications and benefits to us as members of Dane Buy Local. And then we also had Melissa Agard, who's from the state of Wisconsin, and she was also involved in supporting local businesses. So this one tended to be pretty political as far as the involvement was concerned, but we don't get into, it isn't the politics, it isn't the this side or that side. It's just what's going on that benefits Dane Buy Local members. So don't feel like we're going to take a side as far as politics is concerned. So Peggy is the one that arranges the speakers each week. So I don't know who she is lined up for next week. Sorry, we haven't talked yet about next week's programming. So I don't know exactly who will be coming and joining us, but I can tell you that it's a range of things as far as members are concerned, in specifically helping you survive the pandemic. So Jeff, who's on this call a couple of months ago, talked about websites and how you can clean up your website or get your website up in order with a number of businesses being physically closed. Your website has become even more important.
Who was that?
Jeff from Arcus. Jeff, you want to wave?
Yeah. Hi, Charles. And any other members with any questions. Yeah, so we did a webinar, I guess a couple of weeks ago. And I don't know if, Colin, have we archived that, or are members able to see past presentations?
It was put onto YouTube, yes.
Okay, so maybe go to the Dane Buy Local website and follow to their YouTube channel. And
so what is the name of your company?
I'm with Arcus Communication Design. And there's a link actually in the chat column over here. I'll post another one here. So I help local small businesses and nonprofits with websites, whether it's an informational website for your business or lately I've been doing more and more e-commerce websites, and they're for large and for small organizations. So I can tailor a project to whatever you need for your business or your budget.
ARCUS?
ARCUS Communication Design.
All right.
And I'm
All
at arcuscommunicationdesign.com. So if you see it there in the link in the little chat column, feel free to hit my website or shoot me an email or give me a call. So
Gotcha.
So I can do a second testimonial for Jeff as well. So besides my efforts at Dane Buy Local, I also have a small art business, and our website was missing a lot of stuff. Let's put it that way. So Jeff was able to really make it a much more robust website, and we too have received a number of sales off of our website since he improved it for us. So we're pleased to see that activity take place on a personal level. So so thank you, Jeff, for your effort doing that. So,
Hey, Colin, what is the name of your company?
so my personal business is called Different by Design, and it's an art business. So we have framed art that we do, and then we also organize art shows throughout the Madison area.
So you're in the local book. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just trying to get familiar with what you do and so forth. So because you represent a company and so forth. So like I do. So.
Yep. Exactly. And that's what it's all about, is connecting together and everybody learning about everyone else's business out there. So yeah, terrific.
All right. Thank you.
And of course, you can find Colin's website is all under kind of one umbrella, WisconsinArtworks.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Great.
And that's in the local book, right?
Yeah, under Different by Design. Yes. I know it's a little.
Is it under Different by Designs or Wisconsin Art Book?
So
if I were to look in the book right now, if
you look in the book right now, you'll find it under Different by Design.
Difference by Design. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All righty. Any other questions? I see Janice is just joining us now. Hello, Janice. Any other questions that anyone has as far as membership benefits are concerned, or questions about Dane Buy Local? Here's your chance to ask. Mary, I know you're having some audio questions. Just check here to make sure I didn't miss a message from you in chat. Looks like I don't see anything here from you. So, okay. Give you a moment here more if anyone has a question. Otherwise, that's the main material that I have for you today. I appreciate you taking the time to join us to learn more about Dane Buy Local. I hope that the program this morning was beneficial to you, worth your time. We want to set the year out on a positive note, and that's why we had the motivational speaker with us today. So I appreciate everyone joining us. I know that also the annual meeting's a little goofy as far as that taking place. That only happens once a year, so don't feel like that's going to happen each time. We have to do that for legal reasons, just to keep everyone keep everything legal for us. So we thank you for that. So with that, we will thank you and end our presentation here. If in the days to come you have questions, feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to Ellen. She's your connection with Dane Buy Local, and we appreciate you being a member of Dane Buy Local, and we want to see all of you survive and thrive in 2021. So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Monday.
Thanks.
Monday, 10 o'clock.
Monday, 10 o'clock.
All right. Thank you. Good to meet you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Mary, if you're still on, we did record the speaker this morning, and we will be posting that shortly, so you can see that.
Probably get out of here.